on the ETC, the English Thought and Culture. Before I start, let me tell you about the forum. I checked the forum just before coming for recording, and alhamdulillah, I found some of you have participated. They have added new things or they have their comments. So inshallah, I would like to update you, to just keep you posted that I just came from the Deanship of e-learning. I told them that they have to post the lectures that I have done last week. They have to post it on the blackboard. On the other hand, I tried to get the SIM or the cell phone number. They told me inshallah next week they will prepare or they provide us with the SIM. In addition to that, I would like just to remind you that you have my email. You find it there. So you see my email and my websites to get more information. Also, if you like to have e-books, these are some of my books that I will discuss later, inshallah. So you have some of the books that I have prepared, that you can find them on these websites, etawasul.org or 360itsrealbeauty.com. Furthermore, I would like to stress a very important point. I do wish that you don't look at this course as a mere course to take or just a good grade that you can get. I wish that you have a strong desire. Try to have this strong desire like a fire. So a desire like a fire for learning. Try to enjoy it. Look at it as I mentioned before, as a way of fun, entertainment, excitement, enjoyment. So just try to get more information for your knowledge, to empower yourself with knowledge and experience. Americans say, without passion, nothing can happen. Passion, interest, being eager to learn. So try to learn more. Try to read more. I will share with you, inshallah, my experience for the last 30 years in reading, in English, in translation, in dialogue with the West throughout many years spent in the United States and traveling around the world. Let me go back to the main topic: factors or foundations and factors influencing the English thought and culture. So we dealt with this part last week, but inshallah I will shed more light on that. We talked about some factors. So I have here 7 main factors. 7 main factors. Number 1, invasions. And mainly invasions are triggered by politics or economy, to get more money, more interest, more properties, and politics. Number 2, Roman and Greek teachings and philosophies. I mentioned this before, that not only the English or American culture are affected by the Roman and Greek, but even Arabic and Islamic thought. They are affected by the Roman and Greek civilizations. You know, during some Islamic eras, the Muslims translated the Greek and Roman heritage into Arabic. ترجمة الموروث من الحضارة اليونانية والحضارة الرومانية إلى اللغة العربية. وخاصة, for example, we have Harun al-Rashid and other caliphs who were so interested in translating the knowledge or the sciences from previous nations into Arabic, and then they have added to it. Muslims and Arabs have added to that great civilizations. So the English thought and the English culture were to a great extent affected by the Roman and Greek teachings and philosophies. Number 3, religions. Europe in general received Christianity and other religions like Judaism in the 5th and 6th century AD after Christ. I will shed some light on Christianity and Judaism. I have with me, for example, a Bible, so we can discover more about the Bible and its main teachings. What are some of the differences between Christians and Muslims? So when we have a dialogue with Christians or with Americans or European people, at least we can understand their beliefs and where they are coming from. So we can base our discussion on something concrete, not what others say or what our, for example, our scholars say about them. Let's go to the source itself. I don't recommend any one of you just to go to the Bible right away. First, we have to have a strong foundation in our creed, in our faith, because some people might be tempted. Some readers might be tempted by what they read about Christianity or atheism. Atheism means what? Al-ilhad. We have some people, some Muslims, who were or who are affected by what they read on the internet or what they watch on TV through, now we have big revolution of satellites. You find more than 900 channels on some satellites. So some people are affected by some Christian channels and they converted or they have changed their religion from the truth, from Islam into other religions. On the other hand, we have some students, those who travel abroad or go abroad to study outside. Some of them are affected by what they have read. So again, we have to prepare ourselves for discussions on Christianity or other religions. So you can prepare yourself for discussions. And according to one of the students, She's a female student. She said, I'm so interested to learn more from you about how to have a dialogue with the Christians, with the West in general. So we will shed more light on this topic. Number 4, theories, movements, and revolutions. Do you remember some of those theories, movements, and revolutions? We have, for example, the Darwin's theory. We have the French movement. We have the American Revolution, the Industrial Revolution, the Afro-American Revolution in the United States, seeking their rights. There are many things that we can talk about, but I will focus on major events and major movements and revolutions that affected the English thought and culture. Then let's go to number 5, media and technology. Media has a great impact on us. TV. You know, now we have many channels. Our thought, our culture, our understanding, our ideas are shaped by what we see, by what we hear, and what we watch. Technology. Now we have iPhones, we have internet, we have BBs, you name it. All these things affect us to a great extent. So these things not only affecting English thought and culture, not only affecting countries and people, they are affect us, they are affect our children, our beloved people, our beloved, relatives. Now let's go to number 6, geography and location. So we will share more information about the location of Europe, the center of the world, and how they affected like a big, radiation, a huge radiation, which influenced the whole world. The thought and culture spread from Europe, not only from England or English, but generally speaking from Europe. It had affected the whole world. America was affected by Europe. As you know, they have migrated from England to that new land called later on America. It has affected Australia, New Zealand, China, Japan, the Muslim world. Then we will go to number 7, contributions of other nations and cultures, like the Islamic and Arabic contributions. So we'll discover more about what Islam and what the Islamic civilization, the Arabic culture, have contributed to the West, to the English thought and culture, and to the whole humanity at large. Now let me speak more specifically about the first part, invasions. Language affects thought and culture. The language affects us. Sometimes even the dialect you speak will affect you. Some people have kind of a complex of inferiority because of the dialect they use. Look at them, how they speak. For example, we have Afro-American dialect, we have dialects spoken by the white. Even here, for example, in Saudi Arabia or in the Arabic world, they look at certain languages or certain dialects negatively. The dialect of the people in the east, or the dialect of the people in the west, or the dialect of the people in the south, and sometimes people laugh at each other based on their dialects. So languages in general affect us, affect our thoughts. Your reading, your good language, your powerful language. If you are an educated person, your language will be different from a layman, just an ordinary person. Your language will be different. You will have more power, more authority when you speak. So language affects our thought and culture. In this context, those invaders we will discover more about now, those invaders affected England, affected Britain. Now let's go to the next point. Origin and history of English. To some of you, it might be a great surprise that English is traced to a tribe, to a Germanic tribe. So we have Germanic tribes, قبائل Germania, migrated from Germany and France. They migrated, they went to Britain. As you see there, these are tribes. You have Angles, you have Saxons, you have Jutes. Angles invaded or migrated to that area. And then we have Saxons who migrated to that area. And then we have Jutes, another name, another tribe, another Germanic tribe. So they affected that area. And then we had, or this invasion helped to develop a new language, which is called English, which became a global language. So English originally came from where? From angels. Angles came from a Germanic tribe. Okay, this is another map showing us the Germanic invasions of the 5th century. So you have more information. You can look at this clear map. So we have the 3 Germanic tribes. We have German and France. So these German or Germanic tribes in the 5th century went to Britain. We have Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and England. And they inhabited that area. They moved to that area, Britain. And they affected the people. They influence the people because they are invaders. They are conquerors. They have conquered that area. So they influenced those people. Germanic invaders they have entered Britain on the east and south coasts in the 5th century. So the Germanic invaders entered Britain on the east and south coasts in the 5th century, just to remind you. So we have south and the east. Many cultural, social, economic, military and political events led to the development of the English and led to the development of English from its Germanic roots. So they were triggered, they stemmed from the Germanic roots. English originated as a common language of West Germanic tribes. We have Angles, Saxons, and Jutes. We have Jutes or Jutes who invaded and populated Britain. So this is just a brief background, historical background about it. This is another interesting figure or map that helps us understand the origin and history of English. So we go to the origin. We have Celts or Celtic. Then we have influences like Romans. There we have the tribes, other invasions like Vikings. Then we have Anglo-Saxon, Danish. We have Latin. We have Norman, French. We have other important figures like Bede. He was a great man. He wrote, part of the history. We have the period of Chaucer and then the period of Shakespeare. They have influenced English to a great extent. So we have Latin, we have Greek, we have French, we have Italian. All these things have contributed to English. We have different varieties of English. We have American English. We have Canadian English, Australian English, British English, Irish English, Scottish English, and we have Indian English. This diagram also shows us the history of Old English. Look at the period or the timing, the timetable from the 5th century till the 11th century. And then we have Middle English from the 11th century to the 5th century. We have the modern English from the 5th century till, or passing through the 7th century till today. So this is a very nice diagram that I liked so much. So I wish that you go back and study this diagram more thoroughly. This is another angle, another aspect to show us the history of English. We have the Celts, Romans, then we have the Indo-European, Germanic, Old Frisian. This led to Old English, Anglo-Saxon. The Old English led to the Middle English with these factors, these influences, Normans, French. The Middle English led us or took us to early modern English. We have factors there like great vowel shift, English, resonance, international trade. These are major influences, major factors that helped the development of these stages in the history of English. The early modern English leads us, or led us to late modern English. Then we have the English of today. We have the English that we know, that we use today, affected by the internet, by the media, by technology, by the exchange of people globally. We have technology, jargon, slang, you name it. This is another interesting diagram showing us briefly and in a simple way the development of Old English to today's English. Now let's go to have more look or more depth, to look more deeply at the Old English. So it goes back to 450 up to 1100, AD, or we call it 1100, 1100. Old English. The invading Germanic tribes spoke similar languages, which in Britain developed into what we now call Old English. So the Old English came from where? From Germanic tribes who spoke similar languages. They were, so the Angles, the Jets, and Saxons spoke similar languages. They breeded or generated a new language, which was called Old English. Old English did not sound or look like English today. Look at it. Just look at this transcript. Look at it. Very old writing. Can you read it? So Old English did not sound or look like English today. Native English speakers now would have great difficulty understanding Old English. Nevertheless, about half of the most commonly used words in modern English have Old English roots. Like what? The words like be, strong, and water, for example, they are derived from Old English. They are taken, or they are traced to Old English. So Old English was spoken until around 1100. And this is just briefly. I would love that you go to the internet and try to read more. Knowledge is power, as I said before. Go to the internet. Go, for example, to Google. Put something like Old English. Okay? Old English. Just write the beginning of it. You will get it. You will get it there. Old English. Go to Wikipedia, for example. Wikipedia. We have there more information. Old English. or Anglo-Saxon. They call it Old English or Anglo-Saxon. Is an early form of English language that was spoken and written by the Anglo-Saxons and their descendants in parts of what are now England and southern and eastern Scotland. Now, specifically in the England Old period. So you can get more information. So this is basically the best way to empower yourself. Don't stick only to our presentations. Get more knowledge. As I mentioned at the beginning of this class, try to learn more. And before I conclude this lecture, I would love you that you enjoy your learning, to have more information on how to be successful in your study. Please go to the internet, search like this: الخطوات الخمس. Just write that: الخطوات الخمس للنجاح. I have a presentation. Look at it. Now it's the first one, the first link that you can go: الخطوات الخمس للنجاح. محاضرة الخطوات الخمس للنجاح Dr. Naji Al-Arfaj. Go to that link. You find جامعة الملك فيصل. This is a lecture that I have delivered last year at King Faisal University for the students. Look at it. دعوة عامة. يسر عمادة شؤون الطلاب دعوتكم لحضور محاضرة الخطوات الخمس للنجاح. So please try to get more information. Look at it. By the way, if you go back there, خطوات الخمس للنجاح, I found a very interesting website. 5 steps to succeed in everything you do. This is another interesting website. Go to it. So go to that website. This shows you 5 steps on how to be successful. Enjoy your learning. Enjoy your learning. This is my conclusion. Enjoy your learning. Now we reach the end of this lecture, lecture number 3. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.